Greetings once again from Studio X at Clear Channel, New York. I'm Dave Fox with another web tutorial. This week we get away from some of the technical aspects of what we do and delve a bit into the design side with a very close look at branding. Branding is a word we hear all the time in radio, but ask 10 people in radio what branding is and you get 10 different answers. This is mine. So what is branding? Essentially, branding means the same thing it did 150 years ago in the Wild West. Let's say I own a cow. Say hello to Bossy. To the average onlooker, Bossy looks like any one of millions of cows in the world. Even today, in the summer, cattle are set loose on the open range to feed and get fat. This would require a big roundup in the fall to get the cattle back. But if 10 ranches have their cattle roaming the open range, who's to say which cow belongs to which ranch? Cattlemen solved this problem with something they call branding. That's my brand, the Double X. Each rancher would make his individual mark on every cow they own by heating up an iron like this in a fire and searing their mark into the hide. Nobody could claim a cow was theirs without their brand. But what does branding mean today? Let's look at one of the most successful branding campaigns in history, Coke. What is Coca-Cola selling? A sticky brown sweet liquid that you can drink and also use to clean truck tires? Sure, that's their product. But that's not what they're selling. From the very beginning, Coke has promoted a feeling of satisfaction, even well-being. One that's delicious, exhilarating, refreshing, and invigorating. The very first Coca-Cola spokesperson, Hilda Clark, practically swooned over her Coke. And of course, Kris Kringle loves his Coke. The question is, why? Because it's the real thing. When American GIs got off the boats bringing them back from World War II, every sailor, soldier, airman, and Marine was handed a Coke. It became a symbol of the American lifestyle, of home. Coca-Cola drilled that message into the American psyche for decades. So much so that when people ordered a soft drink in a restaurant, they just said, Coke. In a stroke of absolute advertising genius, they formed a singing group called the Hillside Singers in the 60s and filmed them singing a song that actually became a pop hit.
I'd like to buy the world a home and furnish it with love. Grow apple trees and honey bees and snow white turtle doves. I'd like to teach the world to sing with me. Perfect harmony, perfect harmony. I'd like to buy the world a Coke and keep it company. And the real thing. I'd like to teach the world.
Try as they might, Pepsi has never surpassed Coke in total sales. The Cola Wars? Dominated by Coke. Right on up to today, the huge Coke branding effort continues. Even polar bears fall in love over Coke. Sweet, sticky brown liquid? No way. It's a way of life. It's a feeling. Other truly successful branding efforts? When someone asks for a tissue, they usually say, pass me a Kleenex. But Kleenex is a brand. The product is tissue. Do I even have to say the word Nike? When you hear these three notes, you know it's NBC. In the radio world, one of the most famous audio logos is Z100. At one point at Z100, we took jingles off the air completely, thinking they sounded old and irrelevant. After 4 years of no jingles, Ja Rule came to the station to announce his retirement from the music business. We asked him to record some liners just in case he changed his mind later.
Yo, what the deal is Ja Rule on New York's #1 hit music station, baby, is Z100.
Remember, this was 4 years after we banished jingles. Needless to say, we put them back on the air the next day. Proper branding requires you to know precisely what you're selling. Coke sells a feeling. Nike, an active lifestyle. So what does Domino's Pizza sell?
One call from you sets Domino's Pizza in motion.
One call does it all that fast.
From that moment on, we do everything to make sure your hot, delicious, custom-made pizza is delivered to your door
One call
in less than 30 minutes.
does it all.
Domino's Pizza delivers.
Great taste, right where you want it to be. Domino's Pizza delivers. One call does it all.
So the big money question is, what does Domino's sell? If you said pizza, guess again. Domino's sells service. A fresh hot pizza delivered to your door in 30 minutes or less. Domino's delivers. Okay, time for some practical application. What are we selling when we brand our radio station? Is it the music we play? In a word, no. The music is what gets people to tune in. To some extent, it gets them to continue to listen. But there's a problem with that line of thought. In New York, there are 65 signals competing for listeners. Most of them play music. A lot of them play the same music. Now, ask any nightclub owner what draws the crowd, and he or she will usually say music first. But in New York, there are literally hundreds of places you can go to hear the same music. So the second answer is almost always the DJ. DJs sell the listener a lifestyle. Every club owner will agree. If you put the right DJ on the turntables, you will pack the house every night. Add the right amenities, and you will make money hand over fist. It's not the music itself that makes the difference. It's more about how it's put together. And it's very much what you put between the songs, the interstitial programming. Music is like Lego building blocks, little tiny bits of plastic that we can build into things. When we start building Legos, it's things like little cars or trucks, maybe houses. But once we gain some Lego skills and let our imaginations run wild, we can do stuff that's amazing. Just like in production. Do something that will improve everything else we do, allowing emotion to dominate our work, and we become the in-demand producers we all know we can become. Music really is made up of tiny little pieces. By tearing that music apart and reassembling it, we can do some amazing work.
Summer. It's summertime.
Hot as it is.
Summertime.
C100 drives the temperature up.
Summertime, baby.
With hits.
Cause we promised tonight, darling. Excuse me, and I might drink a little more than I should.
One station. All the hits. It's perfect for the summertime. C100.
Summer 2011 sounded strong.
I love the summertime.
This 4th of July, it's all about the hits. Now, let's get it started. And then, a Summer Songs Weekend, chock full of hits.
And think of the summers of the past. Adjust the bass and let the Alpine blast.
I love the summertime. I'm so addicted.
Happy birthday, America, from C100. Even the music we use in production that's not hit music can really drive the lifestyle aspect of what we do.
C100.
Come on.
Let's make it official.
We are the station with all the ear candy.
Elvis Duran and the Z100 Morning Show. And the phone tap every morning at 7:20 and 9:20.
Seacrest on air, counting down the biggest hits of the day. It's the High Noon Countdown at noon.
JJ here. Let's get all commercial free and stuff. 100 minutes begins every day at 4:30.
New York, New Jersey, Connecticut. It's Mo Bounce, 9 o'clock. Time for the interactive 9 at 9.
Yeah.
That's right.
We play
All the hits.
and so much more. Z100. Z100 is a way of life for our listeners. Most CHR stations would be thrilled to have an exclusive P1 rating in the high teens, meaning that 17 or 18% of their listeners don't listen to any other radio station. Well, Arbitron doesn't measure exclusive P1 anymore with PPM, but the last time it was measured, Z100 had an exclusive P1 rating of 46. It's not the music that does that. It's how you put the music together, both on the playlist and in the production. I hope you got something from this web tutorial on branding. Remember, to sell the lifestyle, make your station the one place for music, information, and most of all, fun. And you'll win every time. Thanks for watching.